The night the truth exploded, Emma's world shattered in the coldest way possible. Her fiancé, the man she trusted with her heart, was caught red-handed. Texts, photos, videos, proof he'd been cheating for months. And not just anyone, but with one of her closest friends. The betrayal was public, humiliating, viral. Her phone buzzed nonstop, filled with mocking messages from his friends. "She'll crawl back, bet on it," one sneered. Poor Emma, desperate and alone. Emma stared at the screen, anger burning behind her eyes. No way she'd give him that satisfaction. Determined to rewrite the narrative, Emma did the unthinkable. She hired a fitness trainer, Jake, a man with the physique of a Greek god and the secrets of a shadow. Jake wasn't just muscle. He was her weapon. A stand-in boyfriend who would help Emma rebuild her confidence and reputation, and maybe teach her XA lesson. Jake's icy blue eyes met hers. "We play this right. No one will ever doubt you again." Days turned into weeks. Emma pushed through sweat, pain, and doubt, sculpting herself anew. Not just her body, but her mind. She emerged radiant, confident, irresistible. Her ex's friends watched in disbelief as Emma walked into the hottest club with Jake on her arm. Their smirks faded to frowns. Emma smiled. The bet was on. But beneath Jake's charm lay a secret. Strange things began happening. Cars vandalized, threatening notes slipped under doors. "Don't trust anyone," Jake warned one night, voice low and serious. "Especially me." Emma's heart raced, not just from the workouts anymore. Jake revealed his true identity, an undercover agent investigating a clandestine gambling ring linked to Emma's ex and his cronies. "This goes deeper than cheating," he said. "They're dangerous, and you're caught in the middle." Emma swallowed hard. Was she ready to fight back for real? As Emma dug deeper, allies became enemies. Her phone was tapped, her emails hacked. Friends grew distant, suspicious. The ex grew obsessed, shadowing her steps, desperate to reclaim what he thought was his. But Emma had a plan, and Jake, her unlikely partner, was ready to play his part. Under neon lights and surveillance cameras, Emma and Jake set a trap. The ex and his cronies walked right into their snare. A viral video exposed their crimes. The world watched as the arrogant ex fell from grace. Emma stood tall, no longer a victim, but the mastermind. The final scene revealed the ultimate secret. Emma and Jake had been working together all along. She wasn't the pawn, but the player. The bet was hers to win. She smiled into the camera, confident and unbreakable. Joke's on them. The fallout from the viral exposure was swift and brutal. Emma's ex vanished from the public eye, his reputation shredded beyond repair. But Emma knew better than to believe the battle was over. If anything, the stakes had just escalated. Jake was by her side, but the warmth she'd started to feel toward him was complicated. Trust was a fragile thing, and Jake's mysterious past still haunted the edges of her mind. One rainy evening, as thunder rumbled outside her apartment, Jake's phone buzzed with an encrypted message. He glanced at it, lips tightening. "What? Is it?" Emma asked, voice steady but wary. Jake's eyes flickered. "They're not done. This is just round one." Strange incidents started to happen again. Emma's car was scratched with cryptic symbols. Anonymous texts threatened to reveal all her dirty secrets. Someone had been sneaking into her apartment. Little things moved, subtle signs of intrusion. Emma's anxiety spiked. Was it her ex? Or worse, someone else playing puppeteer? Jake doubled down on protection, his jaw clenched whenever they encountered suspicious figures lurking nearby. One night, Jake disappeared without explanation. Emma's heart thudded as hours ticked by with no word. When he finally returned, his eyes were dark, not just from sleeplessness, but from secrets kept too long. "Why did you leave?" she demanded. I had to handle things alone, Jake muttered. There are parts of this case I can't drag you into. Emma's trust faltered. Was Jake hiding something from her? And if so, was it to protect her or to protect himself? Determined to uncover the truth, Emma started digging into Jake's past. What she found was a maze of classified files, undercover missions, and untraceable contacts. The man she thought was her protector might be a player on a much darker stage. Confronting Jake, she demanded answers. He hesitated, then sighed. I'm here because of you, and because this goes deeper than you realize. I'm not just a trainer. I'm trying to stop something dangerous. Just when Emma thought she might finally feel safe, her ex reemerged, but different, more ruthless, more desperate. His eyes burned with obsession. He cornered Emma at a charity gala, voice low and threatening. You think you won? You have no idea what's coming. Emma's pulse quickened. The nightmare wasn't over. It was evolving. A friend Emma trusted betrayed her, feeding false information to the ex. A trap was set, and Emma nearly walked into it. Jake was there to pull her back, but the betrayal stung deeply. Who else is in on this? Emma asked, voice trembling. Jake's silence was answer enough. Emma and Jake planned their final move, exposing the corruption, revealing the real puppeteers pulling strings behind the scenes. It meant risking everything, their safety, their hearts, their futures, but Emma was done playing victim. In a dramatic live broadcast, Emma unveiled the truth. The ex wasn't the mastermind. He was a pawn, manipulated by a shadowy underground syndicate involved in gambling, blackmail, and betrayal. Jake's true role was revealed, a government agent working undercover to dismantle the network. Emma's courage and Jake's resolve broke the syndicate's hold, and their enemies crumbled. With danger behind them, Emma and Jake finally confronted their feelings. In the quiet after the storm, the weight of secrets lifted. Their bond, forged in fire and trust, blossomed into something real. Emma smiled, no longer the broken woman the world once mocked. She was stronger, wiser, and ready to love again. Despite the victory, shadows lingered. Emma's mind replayed memories. The betrayal, the public humiliation, the nights spent doubting herself. One morning, she found an old photo tucked inside a forgotten box. It was her and her ex, smiling, once. A painful reminder of what was lost and what nearly destroyed her. Jake noticed the change in her and suggested therapy, but Emma shook her head. This time I heal on my own terms. Jake became more than a protector. He was a partner. He shared pieces of his past carefully, letting Emma see the man beneath the muscles and mystery. Their late-night talks became anchors amid uncertainty. Emma learned to lean on him, and he, in turn, learned to open up. Just as peace seemed near, new threats emerged, this time from within Emma's own family. Old resentments and jealousies surfaced, revealing that danger didn't only lurk outside. Her sister's cold remarks and her father's silent judgment made Emma question who she could truly trust. An unexpected confrontation forced Emma and her family to face buried secrets. A bitter argument revealed the pressure Emma had long endured. Expectations to be perfect, to forgive easily, to conform. Jake stood by her side, silently supporting as she finally spoke her truth. The fight left wounds, but also a path to honest healing. Emma's ex reappeared once more, this time with a proposition. Drop everything and take him back, or risk losing everything. His desperation was palpable, but Emma's resolve was ironclad. I'm not the woman you left behind. Emma discovered that her ex was planning a major corporate sabotage, aiming to ruin her business ventures. She and Jake crafted a plan to expose him and protect what she had built. The plan involved high stakes, infiltration, hacking, public expose. Emma had to confront fears and doubts she never expected to face again. Jake's unwavering support gave her strength. In a tense showdown at a gala event, Emma confronted her ex with undeniable evidence. The crowd watched in stunned silence as his facade crumbled. Justice was served, but the cost weighed heavily. In the quiet aftermath, Emma and Jake reflected on their journey. They had survived lies, betrayal, and danger, and emerged stronger. Emma realized she didn't need anyone's approval to be happy. Emma and Jake planned a future together, filled with trust, passion, and shared dreams. Her new life was not about revenge anymore, but about love, resilience, and freedom. Months later, Emma sat on a sunlit porch, Jake's hand in hers. They watched the horizon, ready to face whatever came next from together. Her phone buzzed. A new message from an unknown sender. "Game's not over." Emma smiled. "Let them try." Emma stared at the cryptic message on her phone. "Game's not over." Her heart raced, but this time, fear was laced with determination. She showed Jake. He tightened his jaw. "We prepare for anything." They started digging. Digital footprints, phone records, shadowy connections. Anything that could hint at the sender's identity. Their investigation led them to a former business partner of Emma's ex, a man with a reputation for dirty dealings. Emma felt a chill. This was more than personal vendetta. It was a well-orchestrated war. That night, Emma's car was vandalized. Words spray-painted, "You'll regret this." Jake was livid, but kept calm. "This is escalating. Time to move fast." They relocated temporarily to a secluded cabin Jake knew, surrounded by thick woods and no cell signal. The isolation was meant to keep them safe, but also force them to confront their own demons. Days of hacking, digging, and decoding led them to discover a network of corruption involving Emma's ex, his former associates, and a rival company trying to take Emma down. It was bigger than they thought. Dangerously so. A mysterious informant reached out, offering inside information, but only if Emma and Jake trusted him. They debated. Trust was fragile now. Taking the risk, they met the informant in a shadowy diner. He handed over files exposing bribes, blackmail, and threats against Emma. Using the files, Emma and Jake planned to lure their enemies into the open at a high-profile charity gala Emma was hosting. The plan: record confessions, catch the culprits red-handed. As the gala night arrived, Emma felt every eye on her, not just guests, but hidden threats. Jake stayed close, alert. With hidden cameras and microphones planted, the trap was set. Emma confronted her ex publicly, demanding answers. His panic was palpable. One of Emma's trusted colleagues was revealed to be feeding information to the enemies. Shockwaves ran through Emma. With chaos erupting, Emma and Jake barely escaped an attempt on their lives. The adrenaline and near-death experience deepened their bond. In the quiet aftermath, Jake confessed feelings he'd hidden behind jokes and muscles. Emma realized her heart had chosen long ago. Thanks to the evidence and courage, the corrupt network was dismantled. Emma's ex arrested, justice. Finally, Emma and Jake, bruised but unbroken, planned a fresh start. This time with love, trust, and no looking back. On their first anniversary, Emma found a single red rose on her pillow. No note. Just the silent promise of love and mystery. She smiled, knowing some stories never truly end. Days after the gala, Emma felt a brief calm. The storm seemed over, but deep down, she sensed the calm was a fragile mask. Jake remained vigilant, his eyes scanning every shadow. Emma's phone buzzed with a new message, this time a photo of her new apartment's door, marked with a red X. Her heart skipped. Someone was watching again. Emma confided in Jake. but tension brewed when his secretive phone calls sparked suspicion. Was he hiding something? Jake admitted he'd been contacted by federal agents to assist with the case, but was sworn to secrecy. Emma struggled with trust, the past still haunting her. An FBI agent, Claire, joined their fight. Professional, sharp, and relentless. Emma found hope in Claire's expertise, but feared another layer of danger. Emma's ex, still defiant, threatened to expose a secret that could destroy everything Emma had rebuilt. The stakes soared. Emma relived the moment she found out about the cheating, her world crumbling, and how she vowed to never be a victim again. Jake went undercover to infiltrate the ex's inner circle, risking everything to gather evidence. Emma waited, heart pounding, every moment stretching endlessly. Jake barely escaped an ambush, wounded but alive. Emma's relief turned to fierce determination. Emma confronted her ex one last time in a tense face-to-face meeting, exposing his lies and manipulation. With the danger behind them, Emma and Jake embraced their love fully, no longer afraid to be vulnerable. They moved in together, their home filled with laughter and healing. Emma found a letter tucked in Jake's coat pocket, an anonymous note hinting that the real mastermind might still be out there. The story ends with Emma and Jake ready to face whatever comes next, stronger and united. Emma awoke to faint noises outside her bedroom window. Heart pounding, she peeked through the curtains but saw nothing but empty streets and swaying trees. Was it paranoia? Or had someone come back? Jake returned late from his mission, exhausted and bloodied. He carried more than wounds. He carried secrets he couldn't yet share. Emma's anxiety spiked. Jake revealed that their enemy was deeper entrenched than they'd imagined. A powerful network working behind the scenes, protecting the ex and his dark dealings. Their fight had just begun. Emma and Jake devised a plan to lure the ex out into the open, using misinformation and carefully staged events. They played the long game. Just as the trap closed in, Emma discovered Jake had kept a critical piece of information hidden, a detail that risked everything. Trust cracked again. Emma struggled with betrayal but chose to confront Jake, demanding honesty and partnership. Their bond was tested like never before. With renewed unity, they executed the sting, recording conversations and gathering evidence that would dismantle the ex's empire. The evidence went public, shocking the social elite and turning public opinion against the ex and his cronies. The tide had turned. Emma received a chilling voicemail from the ex, a last threat, hinting at catastrophic consequences if she didn't back off. Faced with danger and emotional turmoil, Emma chose to stand her ground, ready to fight for her future and her newfound love. Justice was served, but not without sacrifices. Friends were lost, alliances broken, and Emma's life forever changed. Emma and Jake, bruised but unbroken, embraced the promise of a new beginning, stronger, wiser, and inseparable. Months later, Emma launched a foundation for survivors of betrayal and abuse, turning her pain into power. Jake stood by her side, not just her protector, but her partner in life. As they walked hand in hand, Emma's phone buzzed with a new message, an anonymous line. "This isn't over." But this time, Emma smiled. She was ready. Just as Emma and Jake started feeling safe, the anonymous threats escalated. Mysterious packages arrived at Emma's door, containing cryptic warnings and disturbing photos from her past. Fear returned like a shadow. Determined to break free from the chains of her history, Emma dug into her ex's past with Jake's help. They uncovered long-buried secrets, darker than anything she expected. Emma realized the ex wasn't just out for revenge. He was manipulating powerful people to isolate her completely, even turning some of her closest friends against her. Betrayal. Stung deep when Emma confronted a trusted friend who had been feeding information to the ex. The heartbreak was raw, but her resolve hardened. One night, Jake opened up about his own shadowy past, his involvement with covert missions and why he'd been reluctant to fully trust anyone before meeting Emma. Their connection deepened. Jake took Emma to a secret location, a safe house filled with surveillance equipment. Together, they planned their final move, exposing the ex to the world once and for all. Their plans nearly fell apart when armed men ambushed them. A brutal fight ensued, testing their skills and willpower. Emma realized Jake wasn't just her lover, he was a warrior. Using a hacked broadcast, Emma aired damning footage of her ex confessing crimes and his manipulations live on television. The shockwaves rippled far and wide. The ex retaliated with lawsuits and smear campaigns, but Emma and Jake's evidence was airtight. The public rallied behind them in a tense showdown. Emma faced her ex in court, a battle of words, wills, and truths that left everyone breathless. With justice served, Emma and Jake began healing, embracing their future and the love they'd forged through fire. Just when they thought peace was within reach, Emma received one last message. "You may have won the battle, but the war is far from over." Emma smiled knowingly. This time, she was ready for whatever came next. The courtroom drama was over, but Emma knew scars remained, both visible and hidden. Jake stayed by her side, steady and strong, helping her rebuild a life where trust was possible again. Late one evening, Emma's phone buzzed with an encrypted message. "Not everyone is who they seem. Watch your back." Her heart skipped, but this time she didn't panic. She was ready. An unexpected ally emerged, a mysterious woman with ties to Jake's past. She brought crucial intel that could dismantle the remnants of Emma's ex's dangerous network. Emma struggled to believe the stranger at first, her past betrayals haunting her. But Jake's faith in the woman helped Emma open her heart again. Together, Emma, Jake, and the stranger orchestrated a sting operation to expose the last players working for the ex. They lured them into a trap with undeniable evidence. In a tense escape, Jake risked everything to protect Emma, revealing sacrifices he'd never told her about. His love was fierce and unyielding. The day came when Jake vanished without a trace, leaving behind a simple note and a single red rose on Emma's pillow. His message was clear. "For your safety and mine, this is goodbye, but never forget, I'm always with you." Emma felt the sting of loss, but also a new strength blooming inside her. She would carry Jake's love forward, turning pain into power. With her ex behind bars and her new life beginning, Emma stepped into the sunlight, ready for whatever awaited her next. The bet was over, but her story was just beginning. Just as Emma smiled at the dawn of her freedom, a shadowy figure watched from afar, a chilling reminder that some games never truly end.